Most men never hear. The more you chase someone, the less they value your presence. People don't become obsessed because you give them constant attention. They become emotionally invested when they genuinely respect you and realize your value isn't easy to replace. This isn't about playing games or manipulating anyone. It's about understanding human psychology. The top 1% of men don't chase attraction. They become the kind of men people naturally don't want to lose. Obsession is rarely created by grand gestures or constant attention. It develops when someone's mind continues thinking about you, even when you're not around. That's because attraction is influenced more by emotional experiences than by the amount of effort you give. Many men assume that being available all the time, agreeing with everything, or constantly proving their feelings will strengthen attraction. In reality, those behaviors often reduce emotional tension and eliminate curiosity. When everything about you becomes predictable, there's very little left for another person to discover. The human mind naturally pays attention to people who have confidence, purpose, and emotional stability. Someone who enjoys their own life, has meaningful goals, and maintains healthy boundaries creates a sense of value that cannot be forced. This doesn't mean becoming distant or acting cold. It means refusing to make another person the center of your identity. Genuine confidence is attractive because it communicates that your happiness isn't dependent on someone else's approval. People also remember how they feel around you more than the exact words you say. If your presence makes someone feel respected, understood, emotionally safe, and inspired, those emotions leave a lasting impression. On the other hand, if every interaction is filled with insecurity, pressure, or the need for constant reassurance, those feelings become associated with you instead. Real attraction grows when there is a balance between connection and individuality. Being emotionally available while still protecting your own purpose creates a dynamic where respect and curiosity can exist at the same time, making your presence feel valuable rather than guaranteed. One of the biggest mistakes a man can make is allowing his entire life to revolve around one person. It usually starts with good intentions. You want to spend more time with her, make her happy, and show how much you care. Slowly, your hobbies disappear, your personal goals take a back seat, and your friendships become less important. Without realizing it, your identity begins to depend on the relationship instead of your own growth. At first, this level of attention may seem flattering. Most people enjoy feeling valued, especially in the early stages of attraction. But over time, excessive focus can become emotionally overwhelming. When someone feels like they are your only source of happiness, they also begin to feel responsible for your emotional state. That responsibility creates pressure, and pressure slowly replaces excitement. Healthy attraction requires admiration, and admiration grows when someone sees you continuing to evolve. A man with purpose, ambition, discipline, and a fulfilling life brings energy into a relationship because he has something meaningful outside of it. He shares his life with someone rather than asking them to become his life. This doesn't mean becoming emotionally distant or treating someone as unimportant. It means understanding that love should fit into a meaningful life, not replace it. The strongest relationships are built between two individuals who both continue growing, pursuing their goals, maintaining their self-respect, and supporting each other without sacrificing their own identity or expecting the other person to carry the weight of their entire happiness. One of the quickest ways to weaken attraction is constantly looking to someone else for reassurance. Many men don't realize they're doing it because it rarely sounds obvious. Instead of directly asking for validation, they repeatedly seek confirmation through questions like, Do you still miss me? Are you upset with me? Or do you still love me? While occasional reassurance is completely normal in any healthy relationship, making it a habit sends a very different message. It suggests that your confidence depends on another person's response rather than your own sense of self. The more someone feels responsible for maintaining your confidence, the more emotional pressure they experience. Instead of enjoying the relationship, they begin managing your insecurities. Attraction grows when two people freely choose each other, not when one person constantly needs proof that they are enough. Confidence is attractive because it creates emotional stability. It allows someone to express affection without demanding constant confirmation in return. A man with genuine self-respect doesn't ignore problems or suppress his emotions. He communicates honestly, but he doesn't measure his worth by how quickly someone replies, how often they compliment him, or how frequently they express affection. He understands that temporary distance, busy schedules, or changing moods are a normal part of life and don't automatically mean the relationship is falling apart. People naturally feel more comfortable around someone who remains emotionally balanced under uncertainty. Calmness creates trust, while insecurity often creates tension. The less you depend on another person's approval to feel valuable, the more authentic your confidence becomes. And that quiet confidence is far more attractive than constantly asking someone to prove your worth. Many people believe that being available all the time is the best way to prove love and commitment. In reality, there is a difference between being emotionally present and being endlessly available. When someone knows that you'll instantly reply to every message, cancel your plans whenever they ask, and always put your own priorities aside, your time gradually loses its perceived value. It isn't because kindness is unattractive, it's because predictability removes appreciation. Human beings naturally place greater value on things that require intention and effort. The same principle applies to relationships. If your schedule, attention, and energy are available at any moment without balance, there is little reason for someone to recognize their importance. This doesn't mean creating artificial distance or playing mind games. It means having a life that genuinely deserves your time and attention. A man with clear goals, responsibilities, and personal ambitions cannot always be available, and that's perfectly healthy. His career, fitness, family, friendships, and personal growth continue to matter, even when he is deeply interested in someone. Because he respects his own time, other people are more likely to respect it as well. Healthy boundaries communicate self-respect, not rejection. Being consistently reliable is important, but constantly sacrificing your own priorities is something entirely different. Relationships thrive when both people understand that love should fit into a balanced life rather than consume it. Your presence becomes more meaningful when it is given with intention instead of habit, and your attention carries greater emotional value when it comes from choice rather than constant availability. Most people ask, how do I make someone come back? That question immediately places your happiness in another person's hands. A stronger question is, how do I become someone who naturally earns respect, regardless of who stays or leaves? That mindset changes everything, because your focus moves away from controlling someone else's choices and toward developing your own character. People often reconnect when they notice genuine growth, not because they were pressured into returning. Real growth isn't something you perform to get attention. It's something you pursue because you value yourself enough to keep improving. You become more emotionally stable, communicate with greater confidence, set healthier boundaries, and stop seeking approval from everyone around you. Those changes are difficult to ignore because they affect the way you carry yourself in every interaction. Many people make the mistake of freezing their lives after a breakup or rejection. They wait, overthink every conversation, check social media constantly, and hope that doing nothing will somehow bring the other person back. Meanwhile, the person who continues building a meaningful life develops confidence, new experiences, stronger discipline, and a broader perspective. Whether someone notices or not becomes less important because self-improvement has become part of their identity rather than a strategy. People are naturally drawn to emotional maturity, purpose, and self-respect. When your life reflects those qualities, your presence feels calm instead of desperate, confident instead of needy, and valuable because your sense of worth comes from within rather than from another person's decision. Never compete for attention. Become someone whose absence gets noticed. Attention can be requested. Respect must be earned. The more you chase validation, the less valuable it becomes. Silence is powerful when it's peaceful, not when it's used as punishment. Emotional control is louder than emotional reactions. Your standards teach people how to treat you. People often realize your value only after discovering you were never replaceable. Self-respect is more attractive than constant reassurance. The goal isn't making someone obsessed. The goal is becoming unforgettable through character.